Hey friends, what is up? Derek here from Bomb Socks, back with another week of Bomb Bites, where we feast upon the words of Christ, and as always, we do it one bite at a time. So this week we are doing Matthew 11 and 12 and Luke chapter 11. There's some great stuff in here, also some kind of complicated stuff in here. So I'm excited to get into this with you this week. So as I start off here, I want to bring up maybe one of the most well-known sets of verses in this block. And I want to start it with, the first few months as a missionary, you're still trying to figure this out. You have some homesickness and everything. I had someone send me this picture right here, and many of you are familiar with this. You've probably seen this. It says, "I never said it would be easy. I only said it would be worth it." And it's a feel-good phrase, and I totally get where they're coming from with this. And so I remember having someone ask me, they said, "Where is that actually found in the scriptures?" And I didn't know where it was. I remember I tried looking it up one time, and it's simply not there. So maybe the phrase should be, I never said it would be easy. I only said it would be worth it. In fact, in the scriptures, the closest thing I could find is actually almost the opposite of this, and it's found in Matthew chapter 11, verses 28 through 30, where it says, "Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and ye shall find rest unto your souls." And this statement is great. "For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." So here's the Savior saying, you know what? If you follow me, it actually will be a little easier. Now, to put this into perspective, this is a yoke. Many of you are familiar with this here. And the Savior says, "Take my yoke upon you, for my yoke is easy." He's not trying to say, let me try to do this your way. He's like, I want you to do it my way. So I want you to link, join, and unite and connect, which is the definition of yoke. I want you to connect yourself with me. And let me remind you that we do that through covenant making. The most important thing we can do is to stay on, as President Nelson and so many others have said, is to stay on that covenant path, which means we link, join, unite, and connect ourselves, just like this yoke. The way the yoke works out is you got one usually ox on one side and another one on the other side, and by putting them together, that work becomes easier. So if we were to put in this yoke right here, here's you and I on this side right here, and here are the things that we struggle with in this life. You've got, and I pulled these right from Alma chapter 7, where it talks about how Jesus will suffer pains, afflictions, temptations, sicknesses, death, infirmities, sins. And again, this is not just limited to those things. It's when you feel down, when you feel overwhelmed and anxious, when you're afraid, when you're alone, when you're depressed, when you're suffering the consequences of the choices of others, stupid mistakes, and not just intentional sin. You've got maybe Mondays or mornings, you're just overwhelmed. You have health-related issues. You got work drama, whatever that is, when you're just even worn out, what happens is you link, join, you connect, and unite yourself with Jesus Christ, and we take his yoke upon us, and we learn of him. Then what happens is that becomes an easier thing for us to handle. I remember back in April of 2014, Elder Bednar, David A. Bednar, gave a talk called "Bear Up Their Burdens with Ease," where he addressed this whole idea right here. You might remember there was actually an inspirational message that was put together. There was a guy with a truck who is stuck in the snow and he can't get out of it. So what happens is the load that is placed in the back there is able to help him move forward as he learns how to do that properly. In fact, there's a great little clip here from Elder Bednar's talk that I think you'll appreciate that goes so well with these verses. So go ahead and watch this.
There is no physical pain, no spiritual wound, no anguish of soul or heartache, no infirmity or weakness you or I ever confront in mortality that the Savior did not experience first. In a moment of weakness, we may cry out, "No one knows what it is like. No one understands." But the Son of God perfectly knows and understands, for he has felt and borne our individual burdens. And because of his infinite and eternal sacrifice, he has perfect empathy and can extend to us his arm of mercy. He can reach out, touch, succor, heal, and strengthen us to be more than we could ever be, and help us do that which we could never do, relying only upon our own power. Indeed, his yoke is easy, and his burden is light.
So back to this whole idea of, I never said it would be easy, I only said it would be worth it. And I like I said, I get that, and it's kind of catchy, but maybe there is a more accurate way to describe when you and I are struggling with things. Perhaps we could change it to, if we will come unto Jesus Christ by taking his yoke upon us, then he will ease our burdens and give us rest. And it will be worth it. Now again, probably not as catchy, but possibly a little bit more doctrinally accurate as we're remembering, as we yoke ourselves together with Jesus Christ, he will make things easier for us. I know that principle is true, and I'm grateful for it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks as always for sharing. We love that you do that. Check out our amazingly comfortable gospel-themed socks at bombsocks.com. And you guys have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Godspeed. Bye-bye.